Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning. Welcome to a little bit of story time here, and a little bit of a first impressions here for yet another game that Hooded Horse has set my way that is an absolute just banger on all accounts. Now, here's the thing. So obviously, thank you to Hooded Horse for reaching out and providing a code for this. Thank you to the developer for creating this because God, this takes me back to such an oddly specific time. This was like 2014, 2015, something like that. It was this time. I used to have a lot more time on my hands, and I would sit around for God knows how long, doing challenge runs of all kinds of different games, doing permadeath runs of things like New Vegas with the New Vegas Project Nevada overhaul on, doing things like playing through Silent Storm, Pistol Only. In fact, I used to have a lot of videos of that particular thing for the longest time until all the copyright stuff kind of deleted all of those way back when. But this was like a decade ago, okay? And so there was this time when firing at things in slow mo, when having strategic games in which you are vastly outnumbered with a ragtag group of misfits trying to outfight a team that's like five times your size at least. That kind of stuff. That kind of stuff absolutely just scratched every kind of itch. And this, man, oh man, this takes me right back. See, I've seen. This is together. This is Every Day We Fight. A game. This is actually an early preview build at the moment. But this is a game that is currently again in the process of being developed. It sounds like it's coming out in I think it was either a few months or weeks or something like that. But essentially, what we're looking at here, I've seen this compared with XCOM, but my man, this isn't XCOM. This is highly evolved Silent Storm. Essentially, what we're looking at here is a game in which you are effectively three, I guess you could say, gorillas that are stuck in a sort of Groundhog Day scenario. They're more or less living the Majora's Mask experience. Okay, I know not many folks remember Groundhog Day these days, but yeah, Majora's Mask is probably the closest example of what we're looking at here. Every time they die, everything resets. However, whatever they gained along the way in terms of experience, in terms of perks, in terms of new areas that they've discovered, they will remember. So essentially, they're able to keep what they learned in that timeline, but everything else is reset. They lose their equipment, but new things are unlocked and put out into the field. New things can randomly spawn in your base, and the world, which is full of various puzzles and different traversal areas and things like that, that will continuously keep getting new elements. In fact, the entire tutorial effectively is showing you that particular thing, in which you encounter your first boss. And you find yourself in a position that that boss instantly kills you the second you get there. You don't even get a chance to fight him. They're just like, okay, you know what? Everyone got sniped from his rooftop position. Second time you get there, Second time you get there, your characters know to dodge out of the way. They know not to be there. And you have a chance to go and kill the guy. Third time, it knows that you can kill him and he's not there anymore. Essentially repeating this loop, putting you a little bit farther every time that you go and reset. And this concept is just really darn cool to me. But it's actually the fascinating combat mechanics here that are going to be essentially a mix of first-person shooting as well as slow-mo shots, as well as XCOM style. Okay, there's XCOM style perks, but realistically, the combat, oh my god, this is Silent Storm to a T. It doesn't have the destructible environments, and I'm okay with that. But it's like XCOM perks, Silent Storm combat, mixed with honestly the closest example that it makes me think of is Project Nevada off of Fallout New Vegas, with its slow mo shooting in between stuff. But we'll see that in just a second. First and foremost, let's go ahead and buy some perks here. Let's see. Let's see, whenever this guy damages an enemy that has the electrified status, her shield is okay, interesting. So she can build up shields. Yeah, like one character starts off with basically the meme beacon as one of her skills. We got one guy that's able to punch things nearby. Let's see, is there one for knockouts? Blinding smoke is okay. This guy can punch so hard that smoke comes out of his fist. Fascinating. Let's see. What do we got here? So we got covering fire. We got some health insurance. We got let's see. Every time he gives away AP, they become immune to any negative status for 2 turns. Sure. Let's see, or whenever they donate MP, their damage is increased for 2 turns. Sure. I love this perk system, by the way. So you basically start off with 3 and you go down the list. This really makes me think again of a more interesting version of the way that Silent Storm did it. Anyways, so at this point, we'll go ahead and get into combat and show you one of the reasons I'm so excited about this. So here, let's... I kind of thought he was patrolling on the other side, but everything from the indicators to the way that you're constantly fighting completely outnumbered to the way that you're expected to fight extremely dirty. Man, that is, it's just great stuff. Okay, so we'll just let them all play through. You can actually do a lot of things as reaction abilities. Like you saw right there, we have a scramble ability. Your default reaction ability is that whenever you're shot at, to basically take another short movement to get into some different kinds of cover. You can also, let's say, have different Overwatch abilities. You also have some characters that are able to tag in with others, like Vivian over there. She's kind of the team sharpshooter. Whenever somebody's taking a shot, one of her reaction abilities is to immediately take a follow-up shot on that thing. But you can stack all of these reactions situationally, it looks like. So kind of depending on how you end up using them, it's going to be very different. Also, I want to point out this is actually the end of the playable area at the moment, so this is like the only random battle that I could find. So we're hopefully not going to see any story stuff here. But the cool thing is, just like something like Phoenix Point, you have full aim control, which allows you to do stuff like this. So in this case, you'll notice we have AP, we have a cover system, we have a very interesting reaction system, and additionally we do have XCOM style abilities as well. But we'll just go ahead and take a shot right there. He's going to go ahead and scramble. We're going to go ahead and try to finish him off. While he's running away, that leaves us with 9 AP. So I'm going to try to break this guy's armor a little bit. There we go. God, that feels so much like Project Nevada back in the day. I know it's such an oddly specific thing, but man, oh man, you have no idea how much that takes me back. Okay, let's see. This thing's max damage is 40 per shot. This thing is 15, but it shoots 5. Let's see. I kind of want to try this thing. Bear in mind, like I said, this is a preview build, so this gun does not work right, as you can tell right here. But this guy is knocked unconscious. Let's go ahead and use our automatic laser gun over here. As you can see, armor. What kind of items do we have there? Spitfire? Sure. Is this one proper? Yeah, this one's working properly. It's just the mangler that's currently a bit bizarre. Anyway. So yeah, this system is just cool as all get out. So effectively, yeah, whenever you're having fights, you can go and give away, like, let's say this guy's ability is to go give away AP over here. You know, she's able to do various kinds of sharpshooty type of things. Here, we should have just enough to reload this gun right here. There we go. You've got a weapon mod system, which currently, I mean, there's some use for it. It's not exactly fully, like, there really isn't too much to do with it as of just yet. Let's see, we can take 3 or 2 shots there, or we can just Overwatch, so I think we'll do that as well. The Overwatch works very similar to the kill zone cone. Alrighty, seems I got way too excited and basically redecorated my desk with coffee. So let's go ahead and get back to it here. So the backdrop for all of this is seemingly sometime around World War I-ish. It seems like somewhere kind of in the middle. You've got some weapons like this one that are looking like they came from World War II, which we can somewhat get around that guy's armor there if we hit certain spots, because he doesn't have any armor between his legs, interestingly enough. But we have we essentially have some stuff from World War II. We have things like a lot of armored cars and gas masks and things like that from World War I. So it's kind of an anachronistic mix of all of the above, which is a pretty cool setting in my opinion. Ooh, yeah, she's gonna get one shot there. So as far as characters go, it seems like it's just the 3. I don't know if there's going to be more team members down the line, but the way that it's set up is that you've got these 3 gorillas here, but they're also essentially meant to be part of a bigger group. So far, there's only dead members of said group that have turned up along the way, as well as more or less loot spawning gearboxes that allow for getting a hold of their equipment and stuff like that. So I'm assuming maybe down the road we'll see more of them. but as of right now, it's just those three, which is perfectly fine, since the story does seem to lean around that a little bit. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that you actually have different movement options as well as different leaning options, depending on your facing, depending on your leaning and stuff like that. So, like, if we wanted to lean forward out of cover, take a few better shots and things, we can do that. Just go full auto in this thing, destroy this guy's chest plate. Alright, he's out of AP, but this guy's pretty solidly damaged. Here, let's see if we can finish him off. Don't run any more Overwatch abilities because these guys are going to get us here. See if we can get a grenade over on these two. At least one's able to run. Did that damage him? Yes. We were able to lean out and see that it did damage him. Doesn't look like it broke his armor, but there we go. Now, again, I love this format, dude. This is so freaking cool. And again, with the combat being how it is, your characters, they get knocked out, but they don't permanently die. Like I said, I was expecting that we would see generics or something like that, but it does seem like we're going for like a special character shooter kind of thing. Also, both these guys are going to be able to scramble out of the way. You'll also notice that these scramble abilities, they do allow for triggering simultaneously. You can have multiple different abilities triggering at the same time. So, like, he actually threw the grenade in order to flush us out, in order to basically avoid an insta-kill but take an Overwatch shot. Like, the AI does seem to be pretty capable of thinking pretty decently. I don't know exactly how far that goes, but either way. So go ahead and see if we can use the weird glitch gun here. See if we can maybe... Alright, yeah, that thing takes a lot of AP to fire. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. But hopefully they've run out of grenades enough that we maybe can grenade them ourselves. But yeah, so a lot of it is... is going to be obviously retrying fights and things like that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Also, this guy's got 3 AP. Any shot we can lean over this way. So depending on your cover, you actually can lean left, right, and forward. Just sort of situationally depends on what you're going to be using there, but I think in this case we'll just go ahead and bandage him up. And that's looking pretty good there, so we'll go ahead and end the turn and move on to the next one. Now, this is certainly in that box of I never knew I needed this, but god dang, did I need this. Like, this is a concept you'd honestly think would have come up a decent bit earlier.
It's over.
Alright, so next thing. So heat level. What's the deal with that? So every time that you kind of let your presence be known in an area, the patrols are going to get a bit harder. They're going to do more stuff there, and additionally, your loot drops from your boxes will get better. So in this case, the heat level went up. That's going to be up here, and we have access to one of those loot box type situations here. I think it's completing challenges within fights that causes you to get access to some of those things. Like with the keys, I completed, I thought, 2 challenges in the hotel area before this, and I got 2 keys. Whereas this time we didn't get any. I don't think I completed any of the bits and pieces there. I know all that's left in the preview demo at this point is basically just go see if we got anything better from crafting, I guess. Let's go see if this guy got more perks or whatnot. I love how this guy's thing is like he taunts somebody, okay, and then it's like now he taunts them so hard that they bleed. Now he taunts them so hard that he spits fire and has smoke come out. So he's basically yelling at somebody so hard that the air around him turns into smoke. I love that. They seemingly had a lot of fun with the perks on display here. They had a lot of fun with the characters here, and yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. Also, it seems like the space guns, it seems like they can't actually reload. Oh yeah, I never actually explained the whole space gun thing. So despite the world being basically stuck in like World War One, World War Two, anachronistic purgatory here. Effectively, what we see is that the aliens will have all this crazy technology. You're trying to rescue somebody that has further crazy space technology or whatever else, and supposedly built a lot of this stuff. But yeah, there's just an alien invasion that just sort of showed up and put everything into a time bubble. And that's the whole deal.
What is this place?
Field hospital, where we treated everybody your guys wounded, Dill.
You were here when the Rifters came?
I was still in a coma from when the enemy shelled Faber Labs. Woke up here. Place was empty. Except for the smudges.
Sounds rough.
Got rougher when I found out we'd been attacked by aliens.
And yeah, the voice acting is actually really darn solid here, so that's another little fun deal here. So the city seems to be freely explorable. I don't know how intense this gets, but there are, a good bit of areas to look around. Right now, obviously it is still a demo, so it's just going to be things like looking around for loot and what have you. Like these just look to be scrap piles and things. I would expect that would change over time. Get some scrap. We can craft some stuff out of that scrap. But yeah, so that is Every Day We Fight. That's the kind of general loop that we're looking at here. The general.
Sewers with this manhole.
Oh yeah, you can travel around everywhere with manholes here. Here, where was that stash? Undiscovered, undiscovered. I guess there's a lot of places that are kind of undiscovered right now. So go ahead and see if we can get to that stash area. See if we can get anything different. Although I guess we didn't get any keys, so I wouldn't necessarily see anything as far as heat level goes. But yeah, that's this game in a nutshell, or at least the concept of this game in a nutshell. I think this is really freaking cool. Like, I loved Silent Storm back in the day, and seeing it brought back in this kind of way is awesome. I love the aesthetics visually of everything here. I love the kind of banter between all these characters is fun. The sort of roguelike idea here, I don't think I actually mentioned that part, but like every time that your party dies, you're resent to the beginning with you still retain your skills, but you basically only have a sidearm, and so you're regaining your equipment, regaining your items, finding more stuff to do, more stuff to explore.
I wonder, when the dome comes down, will we go back to killing each other?
You think we could fire this thing?
We just need a few cannonballs, some gunpowder, and a way to get the rifts to stand in front of it for 5 minutes while we load it.
Just trying to think outside of the box, like I told my students.
But yeah, the banter's fun. Again, I love the setting here. So that's that. I'll leave a link in the description to go and wishlist this thing, and yeah, give it a bit of a peek. I think they have a demo that's going to be coming out, and/or is out. I honestly don't know, but yeah, that's about that. So y'all have yourselves a good one. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. I'm assuming, by the way, there will probably be more uses for the stealth system and stuff like that once we get going, but again, dude, Silent Storm, I missed you. Alright, y'all have yourselves a good one. Take care.